Hi, I'm koalaila. Most people call me Milton. I got King J with me to help me, and yeah, this run is going to have a lot of intricate tech that hopefully we can explain well, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Anything you want to say, Joey?
Yeah, hi, I'm Joey. Most people call me not Milton, so
All right. Well, I think we're ready to go. All right. In three, two, one, start. All right.
all right. So the first thing we're doing is prologue. We don't even have our dash right here, but we're doing bunny hops. That saves a little bit of time, just a little bit faster than just your regular running speed. And then we're also doing corner boosts up at the top to get a little bit more speed as well. We can also skip cutscenes. This game's a precision platformer, so it is pretty difficult when you first play it. But Milton's played the game a couple times, so we hopefully should go a
Yeah.
little bit faster than your average playthrough, and you're gonna see that very apparently when we start off on chapter one here.
Yeah. So here we're gonna get our dash for the first time. We skip the cutscene at the end where the little bird talks to us and it's like, "Yep, here you go." And yeah, City is mainly using a select few tech. You want to explain that?
Yeah, so there's a lot of tech in this game, a lot of movement tech. You basically have three different buttons in this game. There's dash, there's jump, and then there's grab. Everything that Milton will be doing in this game will be a combination of those three buttons. So we have regular dashing. If you dash and jump at the same time, you can get what's called a super. And then if you hold down diagonal, you can do a what's called an ultra dash. All of this is actually taught to you in the main game alongside wall bounces, which you're seeing by dashing up against a wall and then jumping to get a boost upwards. All this is taught to you in the game. What isn't
Oh,
taught to you until chapter 9, which was a free DLC, is something called extendeds, where you have to um, delay your jump so you keep your dash. And that's how we basically are seeing him using two dashes instead of one. So that's basically for the most part, all the movement you need to know. There is ultras. We'll get into that when we actually use them. But yeah, as you're seeing, we're just going throughout the chapters much faster than you normally would. Right there is a neutral jump, a neutral wall jump, where he climbs without using stamina by jumping neutral and then holding towards the wall.
yeah. So that was I messed up the corner boost there, which basically a corner boost allows you if you go on the top 3 pixels of like a wall, you can actually maintain your speed, and if you get it roughly within 2 frames, you can actually increase your speed, which is what I did there to be able to make that gap.
And right here is actually the only glitch in this run. This game has like zero RNG, no glitches except for that right there. It's the only glitch in the run where the game stores your y-axis but not your x-axis. So by skipping the cutscene, by dashing up left in that cutscene before it starts, um, he's able to position himself so he'll just be spawned inside of the dash block afterwards.
I'm gonna go for
And this is Battle Line.
this. I did not get
Uh,
that.
dang. That's a pretty tough trick. I think that's a 3 pixel
It is a
gap
three
or something
pixel,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah. That one, there was that other one was also 3 pixel, but there's a setup for that one. That one that he was doing before did not have a setup. Um, this is Battle Line though. This is basically kind of like the Cosmic Clones in Mario Galaxy 2. She is always 3 seconds behind us.
Oh, I did not get it down. Alright, we're good. So yeah, right here, this is gonna be like the main part of right after this section. You're gonna see what people like to call okay. This part right here is basically the part where you will not have any more deaths in the level, and you get to do some fun corner boost tech, which I'll not be able to do, but I will try my best. Awake is a very um, optimized section, which a lot of people do a strat called task strat, which is not actually the task strat, but yeah, and right there, that's the best example of a corner boost, where I kept my speed after hitting a wall.
Yeah, shoutouts to the actual like task of this game that was shown off at GDQs. This is easily one of the most fan favorite parts of it. Is Awake.
Right.
Yeah, just being able to chain your momentum together is like kind of the key of Celeste. Being able to chain like multiple hypers and stuff like that, and just keeping your flow of movement.
Alright, and now we get to the first, in my opinion, the first big jump in difficulty in the run.
Oh, definitely.
So yeah. This is one of the longer runs. This is Resort. It's infamous for being hard. We're gonna see later on our first use of a demo dash and an ultra dash.
Yeah, the other thing we should mention about this chapter, it introduces cycles with these dust bunnies. So there are 2 different cycles that they can have. They have the cycles when you enter the stage, or enter the screen, as we call them, and then it has a cycle for when you die. So most runners actually have to learn 2 different cycles for each room, or at least ones that they're like worried about dying in. Some people even prefer to take an intentional death to make some rooms more what they're used to.
Yep. Really, any level with these moving enemies. Oh, that's not how you do that. Okay. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, any enemy with moving hitboxes, you mainly have to learn basically the same room twice.
Yeah.
And it can be very difficult to remember sometimes.
It's that strat that you did there at the beginning of this like branching path, by the way, is a good way to show that through transitions, your momentum carries over. And that's something that you also have to know and get better at the more you run this game. Because like you can run this game with barely any practice and get like just under an hour to get to the times that like Milton and I have, where we're at like around 40 minutes. Like you need to know how you're entering and leaving each room into the next one.
Yep. So there's Mr. Akiro for the first time. This is also the first use of an ultra, and I messed it up. But basically, ultras allow you to have a bunch of momentum, and sometimes you can skip whole rooms, which you'll see later on in Summit.
Yeah, they're really cool. Ultras are actually not taught throughout the game. Like I said, most of the speed tech in this game is actually taught to you in your first casual playthrough of all the chapters, which is really cool because this game is like built for speedrunning, like with speedrunning in mind. The game basically tells you, hey, yeah, you beat the game, but now try playing it like this.
Yeah. I believe corner boost and ultras are the only ones that are not actually but actually they did change that. So in the new update for Farewell, which is the technical last level of the game, they actually made a room specifically for demo dashes, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, but they never teach you how to do it.
They do never teach you how to do it.
That's what's funny. That's why I love the devs of this game. Shout out to the devs, Maddie Thorson, Noel Berry, and Kevin and Lana Rain for the music. Like they're all really awesome. And instead of like patching out stuff for like that are used in speedruns, they literally make it easier. Like Demo Dash was found, and we'll explain what that is in a second. And instead of like making it like and patching it out like a regular company would have, they literally made a button designed for it.
Yeah. Nice.
So I think now is a good time to talk about Demo Dash. We are coming up to it.
You'll see it twice. I'll go for another one once. If I don't get it, I'll not do it, but hopefully I do get it. But yeah.
But yeah, so the way that Demo Dash works is the game only checks to see which like the game basically you can change the way you're dashing. Like this. I'm butchering this.
It's okay.
Basically,
yeah, I got you. So,
you down dash,
yep.
and then you can change the direction of which you're dashing, but Madeline will stay crouched, and that makes her hitbox smaller, And so because of that, it's perfectly the size to squeeze between these two dust bunnies that we're going to be using. So that skips a whole, it's going to skip an entire like section of getting a key. And yeah, so that was found by accident, or like that was found after an update, and instead of patching it out, they actually made a button for Demo Dash to make it easier.
Yeah, I believe it was frame perfect before.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna see right here, I'm gonna change my death position, and nice.
Perfect first try. Nice.
And we're gonna go for it here. This one has a setup too. Okay, so yeah, that one requires a buffered demo. That one's extremely difficult.
Yeah, shoutouts to the fact that like the reason why I came back to writing this game last year actually was because my PB didn't have demo dash in it from like 3 years ago.
Alright, now we got the Mr. Oshiro chase part. This part is extremely annoying because while dealing with the cycles here with the dust bunnies, you also have to deal with the cycle of Oshiro coming at you, trying to bite you, and that is obviously bad.
This is what happens when you leave a bad review on Yelp, by the way.
Yeah.
We didn't say it, but we left a bad review about his hotel, and he was not having it.
Yeah. Don't leave bad reviews, guys. You'll have a killer ghost on you.
Also, this is, I'm going to quickly mention this because it's both of us on the commentary. Milton and I are both running this game at the upcoming PACE, which we're raising money to help GTAs get to. And we're running 2 players, 1 controller. So, screens like this, I'm already running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that thing right there, what happened there, that is an example of a bad corner boost that you can get accidentally, because corner boosts are not like, they're not tech where you have to like go out of your way to do. They can happen accidentally.
Yeah, they're also not guaranteed as well.
There you go, I didn't get it there.
Oh,
Gotta wait there.
I think that's safe. Okay.
Right. So not a good resort, but that's okay. It's a hard stage.
Yeah, you got demo dash, that's all that matters.
We got demo first try.
There's only 2 tricks in any percent that like really you want to get first try, especially for a marathon showing, and that's one of them, so.
Yep.
Alright, this is your favorite one, right?
This is, okay, so yeah, this is Bridge. This is infamously one of my worst stages. This one has 3 new mechanics. One of them is bubbles, if you saw there. Basically, you dash in a bubble, you go out the direction you want to dash, and that's basically that. Here we have... I've never done that before. Here we have the wind. The wind is extremely annoying in this level.
It definitely exists.
Yep. And then here are the clouds. They're self-explanatory, launches you up. And actually, there's a infamously difficult level, or a set of levels rather, called B-Sides. And one of the levels, this one actually, has wind so badly that it killed Joey's bitrate.
Yeah, we both have played up to 5D, and yeah, it was rough when I streamed it.
Yep. Here's an example of a wall bounce skip. I did not get a second one.
You get to wall bounce like through the transition here.
There you go.
Nice.
And here's the second one.
Yeah, wall bounces are really good. We're also going to be skipping this auto scroller here by getting a little bit of speed from this block.
Ooh, not getting. I'm actually going to try a different way, and if I don't get it, I'll do it the intentional way.
Oh, you're doing this?
Oh, that was close, that was close. Alright, I'll ride the block, I'll be a good gamer, and do it intentionally.
Do you not know about the way where you have the block push you, and you just do a...
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay, good.
The other ones are a lot cooler. The other ones save a little more time, but they're a lot more risky. The second attempt was a frame perfect that I messed up, unfortunately, but it would have looked cool.
Yeah, it's really funny because like we both run this game, but Milton like goes for way more stuff than I do. So because of that, I'm just more consistent.
Yeah. I like to do the fun stuff. The fun stuff looks cool.
You don't get fun stuff with me, you just get speed.
You get speed?
That's it. That's all you get.
Yeah. Yeah, not much else to this level, honestly. Most of it's just optimizing your dashes and playing with the wind. The end part has some random person throwing snowballs at you.
It's Theo.
It's Theo.
Probably.
It's always Theo. But yeah,
Snowball fight.
so yeah, right after this part, you'll see snowballs being thrown at me, and I will use some of them to help me out. So right here, the wind speeds up, and now we get the end sequence. This is definitely the most difficult part of the level, because one mistake could really cost you a lot.
Yeah, cliff face is really hard. We should also mention that like we use in-game time for everything that has to do with this game usually. So if we ever talk about like what our times are and stuff like that,
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Especially with chapter times, which is below the main timer in the top left.
Yep. Also forgot to mention there is another Ultra Dash, a chain of them. Ultra Dash chaining can save you a lot of time, which again will be seen again in Chapter 7 mainly.
Yeah,
Chapter 7
literally has a room called the Ultra Dash room. So...
Yeah. That was... Oh my god, that was scary.
Oh,
Alright.
wow, having a fun time with those. Oh, and then you just level.
Yeah. So now we're gonna get into Mirror Temple, which is infamously one of the most confusing levels, but we're not gonna do it. We're gonna actually get a cassette for the first time in this run, and the only time. And that will unlock the B-sides.
Yeah, so the reason why we're doing that is every chapter has a cassette tape which you can unlock, and that will unlock a harder variation of the chapter called B-side. And we found out, surprisingly, like it took us a while to figure out that this was a thing, that the game only checks if you beat one side of the chapter, and it turns out that chapter 5 is much faster to complete than chapter 6, specifically because of a trick we'll be doing called Bub's Drop, or going for, and so we're gonna go out of our way to get that cassette tape.
Yep. And here we're gonna have a extended dip that I did not get, but it's okay because we'll do a reverse dash.
That's the one I do. I think that's easier.
Yeah, I like to go for the other one first, just in case, save the extra second.
And yeah, this is definitely like the most confusing chapter for sure.
This chapter and all red berries is brutal. Thankfully, you don't have to. Also, we're gonna see another abusing.
Oh, you die. What the heck?
That's interesting. Okay.
You like spawned in the button.
I spawned in the button, yeah. But that was another example. Oh, we're gonna get some hyperspeed here.
Right.
I hit
almost.
that. Almost. All good.
If you get that, it's called the yeet jump.
True. That's
You have
cool.
to say
So, yeah.
yeet if you get it because it looks
Yep.
really cool.
Yeah. Now we're gonna go over here, which I did not get an extended.
Yeah,
And
this chapter is like very confusing, especially like the second half of it when you get it to in 5A.
yeah.
All of the confusing parts of 5B we can actually skip. So
So yeah, now we're gonna get to the cassette room, which has these like little rhythm blocks. They go with little snaps.
my favorite.
Yep. These are also at the end of every B-side in the game.
Those
So-
are also dependent on the music too. Like they change to the
So, yeah.
music. So it's actually sometimes it's faster. Like if you're just standing on the ground and just waiting in those cassette rooms, the faster thing to do is to dash into the ground to lag out
Yeah.
the in-game timer.
So now we get 5B, and I'm gonna say, without question, this is the most difficult level in the run. So I will not be talking as much, but Jay will explain basically everything here.
Yeah. So coming up is like the main trick that like say makes this B-side so much faster than the A-side. This is called Bub's Drop, found by Bubbai. So I'm gonna let him go for it, and then I'll explain it after if he gets it. So it's coming right over here after this room.
Yep, I will be intentionally pissing myself. I did not get it. That's okay.
Aw, dang. So what would have happened is it would have been skipping this key that he's about to get. Basically, if you have like I think it's it's like 2 or 3 frames to jump as you enter a transition and gain control of Madeline. as she's climbing up the wall, and if you do that, she'll fall back through the transition, and the game gets confused because you're not supposed to enter through there. So if you retry and die, the game will put you at the closest entrance to that screen that is supposed to be enterable, which would be the ending screen, or the end of the room.
And
so
yeah,
that little travel we did.
That saves around 30 seconds. It is very difficult. And I did ask around. It is a 2-frame trick, so there is, since it is 2 frames and not 1, you do get the opportunity to pause buffer it. I did not get the pause buffer, unfortunately, but yeah.
So Milton plays on keyboard. I actually play on controller, and so because of that, what I do is I map my oh, that was a very good spike jump, by the way.
Yep.
That just skips getting another key.
Yep.
But because I use controller, I map my right stick, all the right stick analog directions. I map it to pause and jump. So I just spin my right control stick for that trick, which makes it completely like non-trivial for me. Like it's super easy.
Yeah, it's definitely easier on controller. For that trick there, that I messed up, unfortunately. I actually have to press 3 buttons at once, which is a ridiculous amount, but it saves a lot of time, so we do it anyways.
Yeah, and now we're into the nightmare section of Chapter 5. This is basically the second part of it. This makes a lot more sense if you know the story of Celeste.
Yep, and this is your first introduction of Seekers too. They're annoying, but they're like that, but they help out.
Weird. Yeah, the Seekers are also, like, this is where this basically turns into like an acid trip.
Yep.
Yeah, and by the way, if we haven't said it, please play this game. This game has a really good story.
Very worth it.
Also really good music, good characters, good visuals. Like, it's just an all-around good game.
Yeah, definitely worth the play. It's not that expensive. It goes on sale a lot, so definitely pick up what's on sale. And
honestly goes on sale for like $5.
Yeah.
And it's like my favorite game of all time. It is far more than.
Okay, this Seeker's not cooperating, so we're gonna do a little. Not do that. That's okay though.
He was going for a Seeker boost there. That explosion that the Seekers do when they respawn can actually like launch Madeline.
Yeah. So the unfortunate thing with Seekers is, as you saw there, the reason that wasn't working before is because if you hang on, let me just get this. Okay, nice.
Nice. That was good extended.
Yep. Yeah, the thing with Seekers is if you're too close to them, they'll actually just walk towards you. They won't dash at you or anything, which can make it very annoying because.
Oh, Theo's dead.
That's interesting. The thing with Seekers is they can't break stuff. I'm not sure how that didn't open it. Anyways, they can't break stuff unless they actually dash at it.
Yeah. And here's Theo, by the way. So Theo's a mountain climber that you can like meet. This isn't canon, don't worry. But he's a secondary character you can meet in the game, or you can just meet him at the end of Chapter 4, which is what we did in this case because it's 90%. And he's been playing a little bit too much Candy Crush, so it's been a rough day for him.
Yeah. It'll make a lot more sense again for once you see the actual 5A instead of B sides, but
honestly,
that's okay.
This part still doesn't make much sense in the main.
It doesn't. I think it was like he looked into a mirror and got turned into stone, like Medusa
also,
or something.
One's clearly impossible.
Yep, but we're just gonna fly through it. So yeah, this is the first and only section that I was talking about before, where you actually do get these.
Oh, you do it like that?
Yeah, I do it like that, but
that is an interesting way of doing that. I never do it like that. Interesting.
Yeah.
This is cool because I actually haven't seen a lot of Milton strats that he does. That's what I do.
Yeah.
But there we go. That is the beak side there.
Yep. So yeah, unfortunately it was not great because died a lot and missed bub drought, but that's normal to be expected. Now we get into the main chunk of the run actually, which is Reflection and Summit. These are both extremely long, but they can be sped up a lot with good movement. And can you explain what's about to happen here with these feathers and battling later?
Yeah, so basically what's happening in the story is Madeline, who's basically all of our bad side of ourselves.
Our alter ego.
Yeah, basically our dark half. She's gonna knock us down to the very base of the mountain, and that's what's going on right now. So we're currently knocked down. We have to basically have as close to a final boss that Celeste can get in this chapter. We're gonna get told by the grandma at the beginning of the game that we need to forgive ourselves and make amends with our bad half.
Ooh, I was supposed to hit the Kevin block there, which is well, you can explain it. I know you enjoy it.
These so yeah, shoutouts to Kevin. I love Kevin. There's wonderful sound effects in this game, and then there's Kevin warbling into a microphone for these blocks. He's the sound designer of this game. There's also Kevin blocks that can be underwater. He literally dunked his head underwater and made the sound of through his mouth as well.
Oh.
But yeah, that's why we call these guys Kevin blocks, because it's just Kevin.
So yeah, Kevin is great. Yep, now we get more neutral jumps, this is definitely the best use of them, to skip that entire section, getting a feather, and yeah, it seems like about 15 seconds.
Yeah, it's like the biggest save you can get from the neutral jumps for sure.
Yep.
Right here, we're gonna step on Kevin's head. Sorry, Kevin, just to get our dash back.
Yep. We got a little bit faster. Here there's actually, yeah, I do, because I do the skip here.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do that. I usually go up top.
Yeah, there's two different paths for that section. I do the bottom, Joey does the top, and the bottom it's not really that much faster. If you do the skip, it's about a second faster. But if you miss a skip, it is very punishing, so that's probably why you don't go for it.
Yeah. That's the other thing. I prefer consistency.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. These, I actually don't remember what these are called, I'm not gonna lie.
They're called bumpers.
They're just called bumpers?
Yeah.
Very creative. But yeah, they have weird physics, sometimes, depending on the way that they're, like, I don't even know what to call it, I guess resonating?
Like swaying, I guess.
Yeah, there's, like, this little, like, portion where they actually, like, boost out, and that's what's called a bumper boost. They can really mess you up sometimes.
That's actually not what it causes it. It's when you dash into the bumper and then hold away. Like,
oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, wait, yeah, you're right. No, that's the other thing. Okay.
Yeah, the sway is like the only kind of RNG that really exists in this game, and it's very minimal. You won't really understand or realize it until like you're doing like D sides or something. Like.
Nice save.
Nice save there, yeah. That's a long room to die in.
And now we get Granny.
By the way, this entire chapter was supposed to be an underwater chapter.
Oh yeah, thank God it wasn't.
By the devs. Again, thank you to the devs for not doing that.
Yep.
We appreciate you.
So yeah.
Also, shoutouts to the devs of this game because they're making a new game this year called Earthblade.
Yep. So here we're gonna do 3 skips. 2 of them have a setup. This one does not. So let's. Nice.
I do not go for the third.
Yeah, I know. Yep. Ooh, now we're gonna get to the fun part. Do you want to explain Battle and Boost before I do it?
Yeah, so we're gonna do a bunny hop out of a hyper dash here, and we're gonna gain a lot of speed because we're gonna do off the top of a Kevin here, and
the Giga Kevin, Giga Kevin, as I call him. He's the big one. He's a big one. So right now.
Make it all the way through this corridor.
Nice.
Right into Battleland's arms,
yep.
Just like that. It's a love story.
And now we get the boss fight. That's interesting. I didn't even know you could hit the ceiling there while you're falling in.
So this is the Battleland fight. This is as close to a boss fight as Celeste gets. And basically, this is how I like boss fights. All you have to do is hit her, and she moves away. And you just keep doing that.
Yep. But make no mistake, this section is not easy. It gets a lot more difficult when she starts getting 2 little orbs. She only has 2 attacks, which is her orb and her laser beam.
Pepperoni and the meat stick.
Yep. Yeah, this is where it gets a lot more difficult. The orbs, contrary to belief, what you'd expect, these are actually a lot more difficult to deal with than the laser.
Yeah, definitely. They home on you, depending on where you are.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to like some of the best music in the game.
Yeah, this music is great.
We also didn't mention it, but 5B had like the B-sides have different music, and 5B is pretty good.
Yeah. All of the B-sides, along with the C-sides, they're the same as the B-sides, but they get remixed music for, okay, I just gotta avoid that. They all get remixed music for, their alternate, since it is cassette tapes, they want to make different songs for each level.
Yeah. Fun fact though, D-side actually has a different song for Chapter 3.
I know, I love it, it's great.
It's really good, yeah. Also, nice skip there, skipping that bumper.
That one is also very difficult. I have lost runs to it, but it's all good.
What's funny is like we have such different opinions of Chapter 6 because like Chapter 6 is easily my best chapter. Like by a long shot. Like everybody has that one chapter that they're really good at, and I think Chapter 6 is just mine. I'm pretty sure my gold is like a 530 or 520. It's insane.
Yeah. This is actually going very well, the battle and fight. So yeah, right here now we get the moving blocks of the fight. This section is extremely difficult. Some stuff here can easily kill you. The blocks, if they hit into you, like with another, I guess, thing that has collision, it can crush you, and there is a point where that is very difficult to avoid, which I'll say when I get there.
And these are also like some of the longest rooms in this chapter,
like, by far. Dying in one of these rooms can lose you upwards of 15 seconds for death.
Also, fun fact: this chapter is actually in the 80% world record. It is actually faster to. It saves 7 seconds to do 6B instead of 6A.
Yep.
Just like with 5B, but that again, it's only faster if you can do it deathless, which most of us can't.
Yeah. With the current world record holder secure account, shout out to him. You
crazy at this game.
Yeah. It in total saves, I believe, 15 seconds over doing 6A, which is not a lot, keep in mind, for how difficult it is.
Yeah. Also, now we have 2 dashes, so Madeline and Battleline have come together and turned into one super line, and now we're gonna go climb the mountain.
Yep.
I love that joke.
Of course.
It's not funny anymore. Everybody makes it. And that's chapter 6. And now we have one more chapter. You're probably like, wow, he's really far ahead of me. This chapter's like 10 minutes. So
this chapter can easily take anywhere between 10 minutes to 15 minutes. Because let me tell you, it is long and very difficult. Second hardest chapter by far. So yeah. This is basically going to be a sort of gauntlet of every other chapter that we've seen besides chapter 6, and yeah, it will, after every single checkpoint, it will be a different chapter. So it's going to start, this is just the start of the summit, and then we're going to move on to chapter 1 right after.
Yeah, this is actually really cool too, because like you get to kind of get a rehash of the entire game without it feeling like cheap or anything like that. It actually feels earned.
Yeah, these sections are definitely like a lot more different and, in my opinion, interesting than the original ones. So here's chapter 1. Here's basically see.
Everybody in chat, this is kind of a tradition. I'm gonna need your guys' help in chapter 7 when we get to the end. There are gonna be flags that we're gonna be counting down to the end of the game from 30 to 1. I need you guys to put the flags in chat as we hit them.
Yes, of course. Don't think too much into it though. We will skip some.
Oh yeah, that is true. Don't be mad if we skip some. Shoutouts to me running this at pace. It was really funny when I skipped some and people got really upset in the audience because they were saying the numbers.
Yep. There are definitely a few that's a lot faster. I will actually, one of the few things that I do that, or I don't do, that Joey does, is flag 10 skip. That one saves a few frames and can lose you, fun fact, 20 seconds. So I'll not be doing that just for this marathon.
Do you do flag 2 skip as well?
That was a long cutscene. Anyways, my bad, guys.
Oh hey, you had that.
Yeah. Flag 2 skip?
Yeah, do you do slide 2 skip?
I will attempt for it.
Alright, huge. You have to do a hyper dash button
Yep.
hop to get it.
So yeah.
Also,
And now,
these spring blocks, we never mentioned this. You can jump out of them, which they teach you in B-side, but you can also hyper dash out of them,
Yep.
which you saw. That's actually taught in D-side, fun fact. Which D-sides, we should mention, are not made by the developers. They
Yeah.
are a community map.
Yep. Oh, so yeah, they are caused by a buffer like that. They're caused by buffered hyper dashes basically, and they can be very punishing, but they do save a lot of time each time, like that. Here's the best use of them. I missed one. All good.
It's all good, as long as you don't die there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually prefer not to go for them everywhere, just because I'm so worried I'm gonna miss one.
Yep.
This one's very easy to do. Oh, you didn't do it. Never mind. I thought you.
Yeah. I just go that way. That's how I've always been doing it. So yeah, now we get to the, in my opinion, hardest part. This is chapter 3. We're gonna get a really, we're gonna get a really cool ultra dash, as long as I don't mess it up.
This room coming up here is literally called the Ultra Dash room.
Yep. It is in a bit, so I'll let you know when it's about to happen.
Yeah, it's I think it's in 2 more rooms here.
It's after,
It's in
2 rooms.
yeah, 2 rooms now.
Yeah.
There's also the Franker C room, which we'll shout out when we get there.
Ooh, that was bad. I messed up the timing on that.
The Franker C room, there's a combination of dust bunnies that looks like a dog, so we call it the Franker Z room.
Nice, there we go. Okay, so after this room, it's gonna be the Ultra Dash room.
Oh, you just went right into those.
Yep. Ooh, that was close. Alright, here we go.
Nice, that was really good.
Nice. Huge. That's a really good room to do first try, because deaths are very punishing in that room.
Yeah, I actually don't really know what to do when I fail that, so... Alright, here's the Franker Z room. Shout out to Franker Z. Also, if you're doing like 100% speedruns of this game, this is easily the most bloated chapter. Like, there's 47 red berries in this chapter.
Yeah, this chapter is very... That was really close.
That was insanely close.
Yeah, I had to demo that. That's also another thing with demo dashes. They can just be used generally for a bunch of different uses. They're really helpful for avoiding stuff like that, where I would have died if I did a regular dash. But because my hitbox was shrunk, I was able to go underneath that.
Oh, you dodged the berry. There's only 2 berries that like we get in any percent, and dodge it's no longer valid.
It's no longer valid run. I will not be submitting this.
I actually don't know if you're on PB pace or not.
I'm not.
Oh, are you not? What's your PB again?
It's a 40-18.
Oh, 48. Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought it was like a higher 40
No.
than that. Yeah, so this is another auto-scroller. This is Chapter 4 section, 2,000
Yep.
meters. Chapter 4 is filled with auto-scrollers, sadly.
Yep. This is actually, this is the longest section of Summit.
Yeah. Fun fact, I call this the casual room because only casuals die in this room.
Yep.
It would've been
Don't
sad
be a
if you died
casual.
there.
I know. Yeah. So yeah, most of this, there's nothing gonna be too interesting. Most of it's just, you know, doing that's interesting. Most of it's gonna be just old tech before, which I actually didn't mention before, but I think it's like a 2-frame window or something. If you touch those moving blocks within 2 frames, you can actually avoid activating them.
Oh yeah, by the way, nice ass. That was a good ass that you did there.
Thank you.
Before anybody gets upset at me, that's literally called ass trick that he did with that block.
Yeah.
Okay? So I'm not just complimenting Hilton. I promise.
Alright. So
I
now we
found
get
that out
this.
Because I was watching
Get a
World
little-
Record Holder at the time.
yeah.
GH. And someone came in chat and was like, "Hey Siege, nice ass." I'm like, "What? What? Nice
Yeah.
what?" Alright, this is the chapter 5 section. This has the most important skip in the game,
Yep.
which is door skip, but that's after another one that's coming up here, which is key skip,
Yep.
where we have to do 2 spike jumps here, Oh,
There we go.
there we go. Nice. That is actually very easy to set up. All you have to
It
do
is.
jump up and then just hold neutral. So.
Yep. It's a lot. It looks a lot worse than it actually is. I promise, chat.
Yeah.
I will actually do another skip that I don't think you expected me to do, but I learned it recently, and it's right here.
Oh, this one.
Ooh,
I
almost.
used to do this one, but I stopped.
There we go.
There you go. Alright,
Alright, here we go.
Important skip of the run. It saves 9
One.
years.
Unfortunate. Runs invalid.
Update the estimate, please.
Hey, there we go. 9 years minus 9 years saved.
So we broke even.
We broke even.
Perfect. Alright, well, no world period. That's unfortunate.
Unfortunate. But yeah.
We definitely had a chance.
We were on it. Yeah. So yeah, now we're gonna get to the 3000 section where you guys can start counting down from 30, starting now.
30. In all actuality, by the way, that door skip it only saves 1 second, but
Yeah.
everybody has to go for it, or else your money's invalid.
Yep. Actually lost time there because I died, but that's okay.
Alright, so the end of Summit is split up into 3 different sections. It's downwind, which you're seeing right now, where the wind is pushing you down. Then we have upwind, where you're super floaty, and then you have neutral wind, where there's just no wind.
Yep. Oops.
Ooh, dang. Thankfully that was a pretty small flag.
Yep.
To die on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, I misinputted there.
That was a little shaky here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, time is going to be coming up in like a couple minutes. It's going to
Yep.
be
You got
right
about
when he finds the
2.5 to
second
3 minutes, depending.
Yeah.
So get ready with that.
Flag 1.
Yep. So yeah, most of this, honestly, is just no new tech. There's nothing interesting. But it is mainly wall bounces, I will say. There are a lot of wall bounces in this.
Yeah. Right here is where we're going to start skipping a lot of...
Yep.
a lot of flag... Oh, I usually skip that one there.
I do not.
Gotcha. This one right here is really cool because if you keep a dash...
Yep.
Just go like that. You can also keep 2 dashes as well and just like skip having to get the ledge grab.
This one is deceivingly difficult.
This one's probably like the hardest one in the chapter.
Yep. Nice first try.
Oh, this one's also there too because of the fact that you have to do the dash up at the end.
Yeah. So yeah, I will do a skip here. Actually, it's right now. It's going to be a cool little neutral. That's brutal. It's gonna be a cool little neutral jump tech, which I'm actually not sure. I'm sure you've seen it, Joey, but you definitely don't do it. Yeah.
I don't do it, yeah, but I do know it.
Ooh.
Oh dang.
Yeah, those. It's weird because Madeline's hitbox is very interesting. She actually has more hitbox than it looks like. Because her head hitbox is really small, but her torso hitbox is very large compared to like what you would expect.
Yeah, I'll say it. She's thick.
Ooh, almost.
That's what I get.
And there we go. Nice.
Nice. All right. Cool.
That saves barely any time, but it looks cool, and I wanted to show it off.
Alright, so here's where I would do 10 skip, where you barely touch this board and it doesn't count the checkpoint. That's just because I like doing it and I like keeping people on their feet.
Yep. Here we will
also,
deliberately skip. Ooh, I
I don't
misinputted.
know who goes for flag 8. Flag 8 is like so out of the way.
Yeah. Fun
In
fact.
my opinion, it's harder to get to
Yeah.
flag 7 that way.
It is actually the one flag that I skipped casually.
I think same. Yeah, I think so too. Alright, so here's our last upwind one.
Yep. This is actually going to be the last of the wind we will see. Now we're going to get to neutral wind for the rest of the level.
Alright, there we go. So yeah, time's coming up in like less than a minute.
Yep, we got a minute left.
Once you get here, this is like kind of like the, yeah, you got like 1 minute.
Yeah.
For the rest of the run. Still a pretty good run though, 41.
Yeah, I'll definitely take a 41. Nice.
Again, getting a haircut there.
Yeah. That, yeah.
Okay, well you got two skip.
Yeah.
Not the way you wanted it, but you got two skip.
So yeah, that was a another misinput. I did not. I'm gonna have stamina. Oh, nice. Okay, time's coming up.
Okay. Time's when he skips the cutscene.
I'll count you down. In 3, 2, 1, and time.
Nice. Good
Nice. I will take that. A 41. Very good. That's less than a minute off my PB, so I'll definitely take that.
job. Yeah. Do you want to check your death count?
Yep. Let's check the death count.
Hey, I'm just saying, if anybody wants to donate like $1 per death, I don't think anyone's opposed to that. Like, I think that's kind of fair, actually.
Yep. Now we meet Grandma and Theo again, and battling. But we're gonna skip this. And 62. Not the worst thing in the world, considering it's a no reset. So yeah.
If you want to know my consistency, my PB has 7 deaths.
Yeah. My PB has I think 50 or something like that, so it's not that bad. Most of it does come from Summit and Resort because they're brutal, and Mirror Temple.
And Reflection.
Yeah. So yeah. That's Celeste.
I think that's the first time I've seen a speedrun, and goddamn.
Nice.
You didn't watch my run how dare you? What a bad friend. What?
I don't remember. Man.
It was in the morning, to be fair.
Oh yeah, no.
So yeah.
Of course.
So yeah.
Yeah, stuff. Yeah, you can have anything else to say? Shout outs.
Shout out the Celeste community and shout out to the devs. They're amazing and I love them and I appreciate them for what they've done.
And thank you for letting me commentate, by the way. Anybody who
thank
wants
you.
to speedrun this game, definitely join the Celeste Discord. Like, even if you're just like you just finished the game casually, I know one of my friends from PACE literally just finished her first casual playthrough and already is speedrunning the game. Has like a 1 hour time and looking to get it down. So they are willing to help out no matter your skill level. So
of course, yep, we're always here to help. And yeah. We'll be back soon. We'll be here in June speedrunning again.
that is true, except way slower.
Way harder and way slower. So yeah.
Man, they have splits and everything right there.
True,
Really
yeah.
built speedrunning.
It is. Yeah, you get your record speedruns.
I think out of GDQ, I don't think I said anything, but I think I saw Maddie or the dev.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah,
nice.
Maggie Thorson, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the journal which he's showing right now, that's actually required for top runs to show
It
this
is.
off at the end of your run.
Yeah.
Just for valid proof.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Pretty good IL for each stage right there.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's definitely good.
All right, well, thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Appreciate being here.
I'm looking forward to that 2-player thing you're doing at PACE.
Yep.
So.
I'm terrified.
Well,
We
yeah,
haven't-
that's also
we
fair.
We
But
haven't practiced.
Yeah.
to the casual viewer,
It'll look cool.
It'll
It'll
look
look-
sick.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for having us on. I appreciate it a lot.
Yep, take care.